Hello everyone, welcome once again to A.O.S Academy's YouTube channel. Here we talk about everything related to language studies for those who want to learn languages like French, German, Spanish. We also talk about exam preparations, especially for IELTS examination, TEF Canada examination, or TCF Canada examination. Lastly, we'll talk about everything related to Canada immigration for those who are in their process of moving or migrating to Canada. In this YouTube channel, we talk about that as well. Now, today we want to actually talk about the talk with A.O.S Q&A sessions. As you already perhaps know, we have always been talking about questions that were asked by our attendees of the JAPA to Canada in 2023 webinar session, and that actually took place around December last year. So today we would continue with that. We are going to be taking the question 123 today, which was asked by one of our attendees, and he said, I am from Ethiopia, and how can I move to Canada with my families? That question was asked by Addisalem Demis. And the question, as I said once again, was extracted from our JAPA to Canada in 2023 webinar Q&As. Now, that's a very wonderful question, Mr. Addisalam. And I would state that if you want to relocate to Canada, you want to jackpot to Canada, whether if you are from Nigeria or from Ethiopia or from even Asian countries, maybe like India or China or any other place, I would say that we all have quite the same opportunities when it comes to moving one's family to Canada. And we have about three to four different ways you can relocate your family to Canada, especially when they actually consist of um, plenty members. Maybe if you have your spouse, you also have your children that will be relocating to you, even up to having half brothers or half sisters, or even as having step son or step daughters. All those people, all those family members can relocate with you to Canada. So if you want to relocate to Canada, I would state that the very first and most popular way people always like to relocate their families to Canada is the express entry program, and that is the permanent residency pathway a lot of people know about. So this is a system that is used by the Canadian government to actually manage applications for permanent residency coming from, you understand, applicants from over 150 countries worldwide. And in order for you to become eligible for express entry, first of all, you would first need to meet some certain criteria. And those criteria could range from having a job offer from a Canadian employer, or even as little as even being qualified for a particular high demand occupation. And basically, that program, the Express Entry program, is a program that a lot of people are always, you understand, being eligible for. In other words, a lot of people, the competition is actually fierce because a lot of people are actually eyeing those set of programs. But another program you could use to relocate your family members to Canada is known as the family sponsorship. Likewise, it's similar to the first one. The family sponsorship is a kind of program that is based on your own relationship or relation in Canada. Say to speak, if you have a close relative who is a Canadian citizen or maybe a permanent resident, that person can actually sponsor you to come to Canada. And the beautiful thing about it is the person is not going to sponsor you alone. The person can sponsor your spouse, they can sponsor your children and all your family members to Canada, especially if you are related by blood. Now, another way you can actually relocate to Canada is that you can relocate through the skilled worker program, which is under the express entry. For the express entry, a lot of people will just talk about the express entry, but under the express entry, we have about 3 to 4 different programs. We have the federal skilled worker program, we have the federal skilled trades program, we have the Canadian experience class program, and even we have one enhanced program now, which is known as the provincial nominee program. Those 3 to 4 programs are programs that are under the express entry, which you could use to relocate to Canada. And when I'm talking about Canada, I'm just talking about the provinces that are more or less regulated by the IRCC, more or less do not have any different agreements like that of the Quebec. Quebec has its own separate skilled worker program. Do you understand? So in other words, if you are going through the Quebec, you can go through the QSWP, which is known as the Quebec Skilled Worker Program. And this program is designed for individuals like you who have skills and work experience in a high demand occupation. And not only that, for the Quebec Skilled Worker Program, families like you, families or people that have family members like you, can actually get opportunity to relocate to Canada. Likewise, to also relocate with your family members, with your children, with your spouse. And unlike the normal federal skilled worker program, the FSWP under the express entry, for the Quebec skilled worker program, QSWP, you are able to also come along with your family members and get points on their point system for the amount of children you are bringing along. For the normal federal skilled worker program, you don't have that opportunity. Do you understand? If you even have family members, if you have children, you are not going to get points under the federal skilled worker program. But under the Quebec skilled worker program, you would get points for bringing as much as 4 or 5 different children that are your own biological children or your own stepchildren along. Now, another program which is very popular that a lot of people still use to bring their families to Canada is the study permit. And the study permit, as the name implies, is for those who are interested in studying in Canada. Do you understand? And in order for you to be approved to get the study permit, you have to be eligible to apply. And how will you be eligible to apply? Very simple. You just need to get admission. You have to get admission from a Canadian institute, most likely a designated learning institute or institution in Canada that would allow you not to just study. Do you understand? But while you are filing for your study permit, you may also be qualified to actually apply for work permit for your spouse, and even apply for study permit again for your children, especially if they are below the ages of 22 or 18 years of age. So you'll be able to sign up for them. You'll be able to apply for them for study permits in Canadian, you understand, secondary schools or primary schools over there. So basically, study permit allows you to study in Canada for a specific period of time. Do you understand? Because it's a temporary pathway to relocate to Canada. It is different from the express entry we talked about, the family sponsorship, and the skilled worker programs like that of the express entry and that of the Quebec skilled worker program. It's different because all those ones are permanent residency routes. But study permit route is a temporary route where you just take along your family for a specific period of time and later on come back to your home country. And perhaps even after you have completed your studies, you may be eligible to also apply for permanent residency again. You understand? After staying there for your study and your work abroad. So before you apply for any of these programs, it's very important for you to always, you understand, do some research of the criteria, the eligibility criteria. How eligible are you, and what are the requirements? Carefully look at the requirements that they require of you to have, you understand, in terms of the necessary documentation and the information you always need to have. And if you are always in need of any consultation thereabout, we can always consult with you. We have successful immigrants, just like people that have relocated to Canada, that are citizens of Canada already and permanent residents, that can actually guide you through the process and assist you in your application process. So if you want any further information, you can also reach out to us on our website on aosacademy.com, or on our email. You can send us an email message on admin@aosacademy.com, or even on any of our WhatsApp numbers that are on the screen right now. So if you have any questions, you can drop it on the comment section. We'll do justice to actually respond to them during this Q&A session or after it. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not. Hit on the notification bell in order to get updated anytime we drop a content, and like and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much, and I do hope to see you in the next Q&A session. And as you all know it, we always have Q&A sessions every day by 3 p.m. So do justice to always come to our Q&A sessions and to learn more about your relocations to Canada. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.